Hi everyone, hope you're all well. In this video we're going to be going over Dall E. So Dall E is an artificial intelligence AI model created by OpenAI that generates images from textual descriptions. Fun fact, is actually named after the artist Salvador Dali and the Pixar character Wall-E. So it's basically another AI image generator. So what are image generators? An image generator is a text-to-image tool that was designed to make it easier for digital marketers and content creators to create images online by using a machine learning algorithm, and they're able to generate realistic photos and illustrations based on a set of text instructions. The way an AI text-to-image generator often uses the machine learning technique, it's called artificial neural networks that can receive input in the form of words, and it then processes to generate an image. And the entire process takes only a few seconds so that you can see the results of your work almost immediately. But before they are reliably deployed, neural networks require a lot of training. So essentially, the AI model will first look at pictures of, for example, of different kind of objects, and will be assigned a word to those objects, and they'll essentially learn what that object is based on that word. So the same process, so AI generators go through during training, but it's at a much faster speed and with a lot more data. There are a few different types of text AI models, which has evolved over the years. The first one is generative adversarial networks, so GANs. So earlier iterations of AI-generated images relied on generative adversarial networks. In this model, two neural networks are pitted against each other, and one network, the generator, is responsible for creating the image, while the second network, the discriminator, is used to determine whether or not the images are real or fake. Moving away from that, they are now going towards diffusion models, which is what some of the more popular AI image generators are using. And that's a completely different approach. So diffusion models are trained on hundreds of millions of images, each with a caption describing the image in words to learn the relationship between text and images. Though through the process, the network also learns to infer other conceptual information about the world, like what colors or elements would make an image feel like it was created by a certain artist or a certain brand and things like that. After they've been trained, the models learn to take a text prompt provided by the user, create low-resolution images, and then gradually adding new details to turn into a full image, because it's now learnt how to do it billions of times over. And this process is repeated until the final high-resolution image is produced. Diffusion models don't just modify existing images, they generate everything from scratch without reference to any images that you might find on the internet. This means that if you ask them to generate an image of a dog, they won't just find an image of a dog and then add some details to it. They'll create that image of a dog from scratch based on their understanding of what a dog is. This approach has a few benefits. One benefit is that they're more efficient to train. Images generated by diffusion models are more realistic, and it makes it easier to control the generated images. So for example, if you want the dog to be a specific color, you can just include that in the text prompt. Overall, text-to-image AI models have come a long way in recent years. With the new edition of diffusion models, they're able to generate more realistic images better than ever before. And one of the more popular ones out there is Dall E. So Dall E is based on the same architecture as GPT-3, which is a transformer-based language model, but instead of predicting the next word in a sequence of text, Dall E generates images from textual input. It does this by a combination of computer vision and language understanding. So for example, if you give Dall E a textual prompt, like an armchair in the shape of an avocado, it will generate an image of an armchair that looks like an avocado. The model has been trained on a large data set of images and their corresponding textual descriptions, which allow it to understand how to generate new images based on textual prompts. If you want to try Dall E, they no longer have a free version. What you can do is go onto the OpenAI website and try Dall E action here. And you can sign in, you can make an account with your Google address, Microsoft account, or you can just make it with your normal email address. And then within this prompt here, you can type in exactly what you want Dall E to create for you. They give you some examples. So this placeholder here, an impression oil painting of sunflowers in a purple vase. Or you can click on Surprise Me, and it'll give you some options that you can sort of play around with as well. The only thing with Dall E is that you do need to buy credits in order to use the app. So you can get 115 credits for $15 USD. It's not currently available as a standalone tool for public use, as it's still a research project in development, but OpenAI has released some examples of DALL-E's capabilities. So if you go on their website here, you can see some examples of what DALL-E has been able to create, and if you hover over each of the examples, you can see what was used to actually what text prompt was used to actually generate that image. So you can see, even just with the examples here, there's loads of capabilities with DALL-E, and all of these images are made from scratch. They're not images that have been uploaded and then edited to fit the text prompt. They've all just been created by DALL-E itself. So if you are interested in using DALL-E in your own work, you may want to keep an eye on developments from from OpenAI to see if and when the technology becomes more available for public use. In the meantime, there are other tools and resources available for generating images, one of them being Hypotenuse. So Hypotenuse AI image generation tool is a really smart program capable of translating your text prompts into an image in any style that you want, despite having never seen a picture of, for example, say, a horse swimming underwater. Hypotenuse AI's image generator can extrapolate from what it has learned to render it for you. In the same way you and I can probably sketch a bad drawing of what we know of horses underwater. In doing so, the image generates are not copied from anywhere, and they're completely unique to you. With Hypotenuse AI, you can try it for free. They do have a free trial. You can sign up with your email or even just with the Google account, and you can sign up and for a free trial as well. So if you wanted to sign up with Google, for example, you just want to click on continue with Google, and then you're kind of presented with this image generation platform. So the way their platform works is you input a small description of what you want to see, and their AI will generate a picture for you. Like our AI content writers, and some other AI content writers, their images are generated from scratch, and each time just from what the inputs that you give it. Their AI has learned from millions of images and text all over the web and gained an understanding on how to read and create relevant pictures. Each time you hit that generate button, it doesn't copy or pull images from anywhere, but considers the concept that it knows and creates new images from scratch each time. So what you want to do once you've signed up is you can essentially just go through all of these and all these fields and just fill in what you want. If you're unsure, you can always try an example. So the first thing that you want to do is describe your desired image, and you can see some placeholder values in there, but what you can do is try an example, and it'll generate an example for you. So for example, seaside town, digital art illustration, digital painting, concept art, shiny, whatever it is. And then what you can do then is switch the guide me section on and off as well. So you can choose like what type of photo that you want, aesthetic, mood lighting, artist style, and things like that. So we'll keep it really simple. Say we'll do or even cat with a cowboy hat, for example. And then we can choose what type of image. So do you want a photograph, a digital art illustration, 3D render, or artwork? We'll do digital art. Aesthetic, so what kind of aesthetic do you want? Do you want sort of like a cyberpunk, fantasy, cybernetic, whatever it is? Say we'll do cybernetic. And then what kind of mood lighting that you want, if you want sort of light, calm, dramatic, golden hour, things like that. And you can select up to 3. And what kind of style that you want it in. If you want it an oil painting, digital painting, airbrush, things like that as well. And you can select up to 3 as well, or you can just leave it blank. Again, so this is only here whenever you have the guide me toggle selected. Otherwise you can just type in all of these things in here directly. And then you can choose what sizing that you want it as well. And then once you're done, you just click generate, and you just wait for your image to essentially be rendered. And once it's done, it'll load all of the images that it comes up based on the prompts that you've selected and typed in. And these images are completely unique. They've not been pulled from a certain website or anything like that. It's fully following the prompts that you've given it. And then from there you have the option to save any images that you like, and then you can use them for whatever purposes that you need them for. There's lots of uses for AI generated art, and tools like this make it really easy to kind of do it yourself and do it at home as well. So that's using the guided prompts here, but what you can do is unselect that and then just type everything within the prompt here. And again, you can always try an example, and you can see it comes with all the prompts on there as well. So pencil drawing of a person, sleeping on a train, and the different sort of styles that they have here as well. And then once you're done, again, you just want to pick the sizing, and then you just want to click generate and see what it comes up with as well. And it's the same process. You just type in all the features that you want of this image, click generate, and then again your images will be generating on the right side, and then you can just pick from them as well. And you can see all of the images loaded. And again from here, it'll show you the prompt that you used and the prompt that they've used, and then you can from there you can download them. When you are downloading from the free trial, they will come with a watermark. To remove that watermark, you do need to subscribe to their premium version, which is about $29 a month. Another example is Midjourney. So what is Midjourney? Midjourney is an artificial intelligence program and service that takes the user's prompts and generates unique images. Their goal is to expand the imaginative powers of the human species. So it's essentially another AI image generator. And an AI image generator essentially takes a text-to-image tool that was designed to make it easier for digital marketers and content creators to create images online. They do this by using a machine learning algorithm, and they're able to generate realistic photos and illustrations based on a set of instructions. The way AI text-to-image works and the way Midjourney works is using something called the diffusion model. So diffusion models are trained on hundreds and millions of images, each with a caption describing the image in words to essentially learn the relationship between the text and the images. Through the process, the network also learns to infer other conceptual information about the world, such as what colors or elements would make an image feel like it was created by a certain artist or a certain brand. After they've been trained, the models learn to take a text prompt provided by the user, create a low resolution image, and then gradually adding new details to turn it into a full image, because it's now learned how to do it billions of times over. This process is repeated until the final high resolution image is produced. Diffusion models don't just modify existing images, they generate everything from scratch without referencing to any images that you might find on the internet. And this means that if you ask them to generate an image of a dog, they won't just find an image of a dog and then add details to it. They'll create the image of a dog from scratch based on their understanding of what a dog is. And this approach has a few benefits. It makes them more efficient to train. Images generated by diffusion models are more realistic, and it makes it easier to control the generated image. For example, if you want the dog to be a specific color, you can just include that in your text prompt. So overall, text-to-image AI models have come a long way in recent years. With the advent of diffusion models, they're able to generate more realistic-looking images than ever before. With Midjourney's AI tool, it's a smart program capable of translating your text prompts into an image in any style that you desire, despite having never seen a picture of, say, for example, a cat riding a horse. The image generator can extrapolate from what it has learnt to render it for you. In the same way you could probably sketch a drawing from what we know of cats and horses. In doing so, the images generated aren't copied from anywhere, and they're completely unique to you. So with Midjourney, it can be a really fun program to kind of play around with and kind of see what you can do to kind of get started as well. The benefit of AI-generated anything is endless. With just a few keystrokes, you can make images that look like they were shot by a professional photographer, or create objects and people that don't actually exist in real life. A ton of benefits can come from an AI image generator, and some of them include increased productivity. So with an AI image generator, you can create stunning visuals in seconds without having to learn complex editing software. And then you can have more control over your images, so you can easily adjust the textures, lighting, and shadows to get the exact look that you want, and uniqueness as well. So every single image you generate is created from scratch, so you can be assured that being different is quality that you'll have with using the image text to image generators like Midjourney. And limitless imagination, so you can use AI image generators to create imagery of anything in any style that you desire. As cliche as it sounds, your imagination is truly the only limit. Not to mention, it can be really fun to just go on an AI image generator and just create as many images and art simply just for your own pleasure. Productivity aside, rendering random images can be a lot of fun, so even just to try it out, it's simply something that's worth doing. So to get started with Midjourney, what you want to do is go on to Midjourney's website. And the way Midjourney works is you use it through the Discord platform. So you need to create an account on Discord and then join one of the Midjourney servers and then use the Midjourney bots to essentially generate your image. It's important to note that as of right now, Midjourney have stopped doing their free trials. So you will need to create an account and sign up to one of their plans if you want to keep using it. But even if you just wanted to sign up and see what other people have been asking the bots to draw or create, you can still do that even without an account. But the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a Discord account created. So to do that, you just want to go into discord.com and you want to click on register, or if you already have a Discord account, then you can just sign in. But you just want to create an account. You just type in your email, username, password, and your date of birth, and just click continue. Once you have everything done, then it will ask you to verify your password or verify your email account, and they'll just send you an email to the email that you set here, and then it'll ask you to verify your account basically. But once you have your account set up and verified, it'll look something like this. So you'll see sort of all your account details here. Any kind of servers that you're a part of, they'll be added in here, and you can explore sort of public servers and just add different servers, and within that you can then join different communities and things like that. So what you want to do now is look for the Midjourney server. Another way you can do this, so you can either do this with the Discover page, and you can see Midjourney is actually a featured community. The other way is if you go through Midjourney's documentation, you can go onto the Get Started page, and there should be a link to join Midjourney through their Quick Start Guide. So if you click into Quick Start Guide, it should tell you to, ask you to go onto the Midjourney Discord. What you might find though is when you click on this link, it might be broken, in which case all you need to do is go back into the discovery section and look for the Midjourney Midjourney server. But once you've joined the Midjourney server, all you need to do now with Midjourney Discord, all you need to do now is look for a server, and you're looking for a server that starts with the phrase newbies, and just join one of these rooms, and essentially from there you can ask bots to create an image for you using their AI-based text-to-image generator. So you can see even within this chat, so if we click on this one here, you can see in this chat there's already some people that have submitted in some prompts, and the Midjourney bot will then take that prompt and create an image out of it. And it's really cool. So this is all within the free version of this, and all you need to do is just click into one of these rooms, and you can, with the free version, you can view already existing images that people have asked already, and then you can make edits as well. If you wanted to type in your own prompt, then all you need to do is come down to this typing section here, and you want to do / and you're looking for the imagine prompt, and then after that you would just type in the name of your actual prompt, whatever that is. And then just hit enter. So you'll see once you enter, the first thing that it'll ask you to do is to check if you have a subscription added. So right now we don't have a subscription, so it's not going to actually generate that image. If you wanted to have the bot to generate an image for you, what you want to do is click into this open subscription page prompt, and you want to click on yes. It'll take you to the subscription page in a new tab. And you can purchase a subscription, and they have different sort of plans from yearly billing and monthly billing as well. It's slightly cheaper if you were to go for an annual billing, but you do have the option for monthly billing as well. With each of the plans, you see you can get different perks with it as well. So things like the amount of credit top-ups that you get, unlimited relaxed generations, and how fast the generations are, and how many you're limited to as well. So with the basic one, you are limited to about 200 generations a month, meaning you can only generate about 200 photos every single month. With the standard and the pro plan, you'll get something called fast generations. So the fast generations, or fast Rs, basically refer to how long it's going to take to process your image. So their image processing comes in two forms. There's fast and then there's relaxed. Fast tries to give you a result instantly, and it's their highest priority processing tier. It's a little bit more expensive, but relaxed puts you in a queue behind others based on how much you've used the system in relaxed mode. The basic plan comes with about 200 fast GPU minutes, standard with 15 fast GPU hours, and pro with 30 GPU hours. And 1 hour is roughly 60 image generations or upscale commands, and roughly 200 image variation commands as well. These numbers are experimental though and can change at any time. So yeah, you get a bit more obviously with the more expensive plans, but even with the most basic plans do have quite a few perks with it as well. Once you've selected a plan, you can then go back, and the AI bots will essentially, the Discord bots will essentially start building your image based on the prompt that you've given it. Using the Discord chat, you can see different images that people have asked for and what Midjourney bot has used to do that. You can favorite things, and you can make variations as well, again depending on what plan that you're on. And they can create really high quality images that way as well. On the Midjourney website themselves, they've got a showcase, they've got a community showcase here where you can see different things that people have already created using the image generator. And you can also, if you hover over it, you can also see what prompt that they use to get this kind of style of image. So you can see they're very kind of detailed prompts. Some prompts have what kind of styles that they want it in, what kind of art style that they want it in. Some styles have it in like the view size and what kind of art style as well. So you can see exactly, like, the more detailed that you have your prompt, the more high quality your image is going to be, the more unique your image is going to be. There's loads of unique images out there as well. With the prompts, you can type in some parameters. Parameters like high definition the parameters are going to be, aspect ratio, the quality, all of that you can type in as part of your prompt as well. If you go into the home for Midjourney and go into help and FAQ, you'll be taken to their documents, and you can see through their getting started and their user guide, they have essentially how to use essentially the different command lists and the different settings and prescales as well. So like what kind of version of Midjourney that they want to use, what kind of style, how many qualities, things like that. And you can really kind of customize your prompt to how you want your image to look. And again, the more detailed your prompt is, the better that your image will be, the more unique and the more high quality it will be as well. So it's a really kind of cool tool to use. Midjourney is one of those things that can be a really good creative outlet. When it comes to applying these images in the real world, it's really good for things like content marketing. A good picture is worth 1,000 words, and AI generated images have the ability to turn 1,000 words into 1,000,000, whether you're writing an article, building a web page, running an ad campaign, building up an instant library of creatives, or even for some social media posts. Using the AI generated images can be a really good thing. It's also really good for artists and designers. You can inspire and fuel creativity using the AI generated images to kind of springboard your ideas and kickstart your kind of creative process. Midjourney's AI has learned from millions of images and text all over the web and has gained an understanding on how to read and create relevant pictures. Each time you ask the bot to generate an image, it doesn't copy or pull images from anywhere, but it considers the concepts that it already knows, and it creates new images from scratch every single time. And when it comes to the copyright on all these images, every generation is done from scratch, so you know that it doesn't pull any images from anywhere. So while the service is quite unique, the more in-depth your prompts are, and the more details that you give when you're writing your prompts, the more unique it can be. If you're worried about someone copying your design, don't be. There's always a chance that someone will use a similar prompt. That's why it's always better to be as detailed and as precise as possible. It's important to note that the images that you create are public domain, so you are free to use them, but you don't own the copyright, so they can be used by anyone for any purpose, including any commercial purposes as well. So you can feel free to use them for anything that you like as well. In terms of any restrictions, there are some restrictions on what art you can create. It's always advisable to create content responsibly, depending on what platform that you're using. Some platforms like Hypotenuse will censor not suitable for work type art. So always just kind of be wary of that. But in general, you can pretty much create everything, ask the AI to create everything as well. The quality of some of Midjourney's images is why it's a favorite amongst many people. It can be really good. It can create absolutely high quality and mind-blowing results that you almost that you can use almost for everything as well. You can see even with the community showcases, there's loads of different images that people have been creating in so many different styles with different prompts and things like that. So you know that it's a really good kind of quality kind of AI-based image generator. Software like Midjourney, Dall E, Hypotenuse AI are very high profile and they're packed with tons of great features. There's also a bunch of alternatives as well that get the job done. But AI in general is something that's really cool, and this type of AI where you can sort of generate your own images, even if it's not something that might help with your business or anything like that, it's also something really good to kind of learn about, even just fun to kind of play around with to see what kind of images you can create and maybe use them for anything that you might want to as well. So definitely something worth checking out and looking into. So now let's talk about some uses. There are lots of ways that you can use images that have been generated by AI. One use case might be through content marketing. If you are a small-time creator who writes for a living, you don't have a marketing budget nor a talented crew to kind of work with. So creators like yourself have to search for sort of stock photos, to use blog pictures, copywriting captions to market your newsletter subscriptions, or if you're writing blog pieces, journals, things like that. Good images are also really important for that, but you might not always have the budget for it or even the time. This is where AI-generated images can really help, because they can execute that task instantly without a lot of complaints, whether that's through ads, product showcases, blog pictures, social media posts. AI image generators have been trained to do it all, low cost and big impact, depending on what platform that you use. On a larger scale, AI content marketing can be a completely different ballgame altogether. Another surprising use of AI is through architecture and design. So with the rising popularity of image generators using AI, a lot of people, amateurs and professionals, have been turning to AI for design inspiration for their homes and business. Even the most outlandish concepts can now be done in minutes without having to construct 3D models from scratch. It can address design flaws and architectural weaknesses, and this would also mean that process is a lot less stressful. Granted, a designer will still have to go through several iterations, including minor tweaks on the graphic editors, before the image can be reliably used as conceptual model, but that generative AI can help ease the creative load. Today, AI-generated art is used to create new forms of music and poetry. Advertising, architecture, fashion, and film are just some of the fields where realistic images and animations made from AI can make a really sizable impact. As mentioned before, depending on what platform you use, so for example, this is Hypotenuse, the images that you create are free copyright, making it a really great tool for content marketing if you're needing images for your blog, for your social media posts and things like that. So with Hypotenuse, every time you hit generate, it doesn't copy or pull images from anywhere, but it considers the concept that it knows and creates new images each time. So these 4 images that we've created, there aren't any other images like that on the internet. So these are completely unique. When you are describing your image, it's really important that the more detailed your prompt is, the more likely your results will be even more uniquely yours. If you are worried about someone copying design, don't be. There's always a chance that someone will use a similar prompt, but Hypotenuse is there to kind of help brainstorm and automate tedious tasks to kind of stay creative. Hypotenuse, Midjourney, Dall E, all of these AIs, they don't pull images they don't pull from any existing images. They essentially just create new images as well. With Hypotenuse, the images that you create with them are public domain. You don't own the copyright. They can be used by anyone for any purpose, including commercial purposes. So feel free to use them for anything that you like, but they can also be used by other people as well. Having said that, there are some cons to AI-generated art. One of the cons is that it lacks human touch. So AI-generated art may lack that personal touch and emotional depth that can come with being created by a human artist. And there are always some ethical concerns. So some people are concerned about the ethical implications of using AI to create art, particularly if it results in the displacement of human artists. Being a relatively new form of technology, it opens up the tool to potential abuse. And there are, depending on what platform you use, there are some placeholder measures out there to kind of facilitate that concern. For example, Hypotenuse AI, it censors not safe for work content, so anything with hateful content, profanity, things like that, across all tools as basic safeguard against potential abuse. It may not be much, but is something better than nothing. Another issue can also just be that there is limited creative control. So while AI algorithms can generate art and you can be as specific as you want whenever you are describing the artist still has some limited control over the final product, as the algorithm is making decisions about the art's placement of their composition and style as well. But overall, the pros and cons of AI-generated art will depend on the specific use case and goals of the artist or organization that's using it. Overall, opinions on AI-generated art will vary from artist to artist, and some may see it as a valuable tool for enhancing their artistic practice, while others might see it as a threat to their livelihood and integrity of art itself. What's really important is that you are using it in a way that enhances your business, that enhances your skills as well. It's definitely a really useful tool, and it can be used to help save some time and kind of enhance the body of your work as well. Even if you want to try out some of the things as well, it's definitely something worth trying at least, especially with Hypotenuse, as it comes with the free trial. Midjourney as well, you can join through Discord. So there's definitely some use cases out there, and definitely I think it should be something that everyone should try. Maybe not something for every part of their business, but something definitely that can save some time or streamline your work a little bit easier. So there's loads of examples out there that you can use to kind of play around with. Overall, this kind of technology has potential applications in fields like design, advertising, and gaming, and it showcases the potential of AI to create new forms of artistic expression.